So hi, welcome to the Noise Podcast with Aaron from Ashland. We're going to ask some questions today. I'm going to start. So what inspired the creation of the band, and what does the band name mean?
What inspired the creation of the band? I just wanted to play music. So that was kind of the creation of the what inspired the creation. And the band name, I will probably get this wrong, but Asia's grandma was telling her about how in the past cities that had been burned down and then rebuilt were called Ashland. So it kind of has like the meaning of overcoming overcoming tragedy and any sort of like negativity where, you know, your town gets burned down, you come back. That kind of takes a lot. So that's kind of the meaning to it. I probably totally messed the exact story up, but that's the gist.
All right. As long as we got the gist legit. Here. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That sounds pretty good. So congratulations on your upcoming self-titled release. How do you feel about the response to the announcement so far?
Thank you. For us, honestly, there was a better response than we even imagined. We were kind of nervous going into it because our last, 3 releases had been through labels. Mm-hmm. And this one being independent, it'd been a while since we'd done that ourselves. And we were really nervous going into it. And the response has been more than we could have ever imagined. And we're really, really appreciative of that. It felt good to have it not completely flop when it comes out, because that's something we're always worried about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys already had the following, so it's not like it was going to completely, you weren't just throwing it into the void and hoping people saw it.
Mm-hmm. You never know, though. You never know.
I mean, that's true. I want to ask, like, what made you guys go independent again after doing your past couple releases through labels?
Like the people at the labels we were on that are there now, we have no problem with. It's fine. It was anyone who, like, you know, we would have any animosity towards is not involved with that at all. So it's not like we're like trying to trash these labels. That it's nothing like that. It's we just kind of we wanted to have more ownership and control over what we did. And sometimes it felt like, you know, when we had an idea that we believed in, it kind of just kept getting shot down, or we were made to second guess ourselves. And then in hindsight, we should have just stuck with our gut. Mm-hmm. And we just wanted to be able to do that and make music that we want to do and make the visuals and everything around it that we wanted to make. And that was kind of why we decided to try and get out of our contract and do what we did. And so far it's been really fulfilling. It's a lot more work than I remember it being, but it's so rewarding. It's definitely a labor of love. And so far I don't regret it at all.
Okay,
good. So
it's like pretty much just you guys wanted creative freedom that you weren't getting when signed to labels and everything.
Yeah. You know, sometimes it like sounds selfish like that, but you know, when you really, really believe in something and then, you know, you kind of like, it gets shut down. It's definitely a bad feeling as an artist. And it definitely makes you second guess your entire, like, you know, is the music that we make good? Does it suck? And it's just nice to be able to have our say on that and it be the final say.
Yeah,
definitely. Wait, so was this EP like the music that you wanted to make and like the art that you wanted to put out?
No, I'm not saying that like anyone was ever like, hey, don't make this music.
Oh yeah.
But there was always like little things about, like, you know, we wanted to go in one direction. And like our last album was the direction we wanted to go in. Like, we wanted to do that, but there was like little things about it that got changed to where kind of like the entire thing got changed, and it became something that we kind of like weren't as stoked on as we initially were, like when it all started. So and the art, it is nice to have like total say over the visuals. That is something that's been great.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That makes sense.
We'll stop beating this dead horse.
Yeah, sorry.
So,
no, it's fine.
What made you guys go with a self-titled for this EP, and is there any meaning behind the cover art?
Well, the idea with the self-titled, we're kind of doing like I don't know, other people have probably done this, but we're doing like multiple self-titled EPs. That's why it's stylized as one. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to give like a definite number of how many we plan on, because we had a number in our head, and then some other like things and opportunities have come up that might keep that from happening in the exact number that we wanted. But yeah, we wanted to do it self-titled so we could do multiple self-titled EPs and then maybe like compile it into an album at the end or something like that. Yeah. And the meaning behind the cover art, as far as I know, there's not really any meaning behind it. We just, Asia got this old chair, and we just kind of decided to, I don't even know if we decided to, it just ended up that we made a ton of visuals around this chair and roses, and it was just a cool picture, and that ended up being the EP art.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you guys are kind of doing like what Hayley Williams did with her not most recent album, the one before that, where she put out the 3 EPs and then like put it all into an album kind of thing.
I honestly didn't know that she did that, but in a sense, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, that's sick. Okay, can you tell me a little bit about your writing process for this EP?
This one was kind of us going back to our roots of the writing process. It was a completely collaborative process between Asia and I, and that's how it was when it started. Mm-hmm. And then this kind of dives off into a different direction, but it all comes into the end. But when we got like after our first couple of releases, we started getting busier and busier, and I kind of got more focused on that, and I just quit writing. I had almost no input on anything other than like little nitpicky things here and there. And so that process really fell on Asia, and she wrote these incredible songs. And that was like some of the things that she had a vision, and I really believed in that vision. And then things, outside factors of that vision kind of got messed with. And so anyway, we were like kind of bummed on that whole process. And then 2020 rolls around, everything shuts down.
Yeah.
And that kind of having that freedom from not having to focus, or me personally, like trying to like get my hand on like, like dealing with like touring and social media posting and like all the like not so fun parts of being an artist. I had that time to dive back into songwriting. And so I kind of like refell in love with it. And Asia and I together made these 3 songs that we were really proud of. And it was just the first time in a while that it had been a completely collaborative process of us as artists. So that was the process behind this EP. We just had a lot of time with everything being shut down to just kind of focus on music and make the music that we wanted to make together, instead of it falling all on Asia like it had for a while.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
I'm happy you guys finally got to, make music again together.
Yeah. Long answer there, but yeah, that was...
It answered the question perfectly, though.
Exactly, yeah.
So I want you to pick one lyric off of the CP that's your favorite and explain the meaning behind it.
Oh, well, I can't give a full meaning because I didn't write any lyrics on this. That was all Asia. I'm trying to think of like what my favorite lyric is. It's the entire thing is like some of my favorite lyrics that Asia's ever written.
Oh,
that's
but good. Man, nice long awkward pause on my end.
Okay.
I'm like slowly like thinking about every lyric to that. This is it sounds like such a cop out, but I'm being serious. Like I like the entire lyrics to oh my gosh, I almost just said the writing title, not the actual title. The lyrics to
Which track is it?
Oh
my God.
I am.
It's okay.
This is terrible. I cannot remember the actual name to the song.
Here, do you want me to read off the titles? And then you can.
This is so lame. Yes, please.
Misery, In Your Head, Choose to Live.
Choose to Live. Banger.
It's a really good one.
I like those entire lyrics. Like, I just love the entire message to that song. And when I first heard it, I was like, just it hit me, you know, I really connected with it, and I was like so stoked that Asia was able to be that vulnerable and write those lyrics. So yeah, it's such a cop out that I'm not picking one single lyric, but I just love those overall as a whole, and it's just hard for me to pick one lyric since I didn't write them, and then like try to say what it means, because I don't really know exactly what Asia was feeling when she wrote them. But the lyrics to that song as a whole, because I just think it's I think it was a really important topic to touch on, and I just love those lyrics.
So true. It's a really good song. The entire EP was just front to back, just some of the best music I've heard for this podcast, in my opinion. So yeah, I was really impressed with it. So
well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. We've listened to like a lot of music, like way too much music for this podcast.
A lot of music.
I am sure.
Yeah. Oh my God. So anyways, can you tell me where your headspace was while creating this EP?
For me, it was kind of like, I think I kind of touched on this earlier, where 2020 was terrible for everyone in so many ways, because it, you know, I mean, so many industries and businesses were just kind of like blown up because it was halted.
Yeah.
But I honestly think it was like a better headspace than I'd been in musically for a long time, because like I said, we had the time to like take a step back and focus on one, just kind of living life outside of it. Like, we started gardening and like all these like little things that, you know, we'd always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And never really had time to. So while there was a ton of like mental challenges that 2020 brought, when it came to writing music, I was definitely in a better headspace than I had been in a long time. Because we wrote this kind of like mid to the back half of 2020, where kind of the whole anxiety and depression over the situation, like when it initially everything shut down and COVID kind of really was new, and we were kind of like, oh well, what are we gonna do?
Yeah,
what are we gonna do? Like, yeah, it was terrible at first, but then we started writing it mid to the back half when we had kind of, you know, realized that it was sort of a blessing in the sense that we get to clear our heads and reset. And so anyway, I'll stop rambling about that. But headspace was definitely better than it had been in a long time, given the circumstances of the year.
Solid.
That's good to hear.
I just want to ask this really quick. Sorry, Shane. You said you started gardening. Like, what did you grow? I grow stuff every year. I have a little garden outside, so like I love this stuff. So like, do you remember what you grew?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I think the last 2 years, Asia and I had a garden, and the 2019 garden, like we grew I think we grew zucchini, carrots, and some herbs. And while we did get a harvest of like good stuff, that garden was overall a freaking disaster because we were gone so much that year.
Yeah.
And so last year we took the time to like build planter boxes. So we grew a lot of tomatoes, spicy peppers, bell peppers. Asia had an herb garden that I know she had basil, and I cannot remember the other herbs, but it flourished. It was amazing. And we grew beets, onions. What else I feel like I'm forgetting something, but
good.
That was mainly what we grew. We had a pretty good garden, and it was awesome. We had so much stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's amazing. I'm
That's
so happy to hear
impressive.
that. Yeah. Oh, I love gardens.
So what band or artist influence do you think you can hear the most on this EP, if any?
Oh man, I'm always terrible at this too. I'm sure there was a ton of outside influences, but I'm going to be super cliche and be like, that mainly I think it was just like us as artists influencing ourselves again, instead of being caught up in like all the other things of the industry. So
Yeah.
I can't pick some. I know, like, I mean, everyone's inspired by anything they hear. So there was obviously a ton, but I can't really pick any out.
Okay.
That's fair. Yeah, you have your sound now. It's good. So this question should be super, super fast. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this EP for new listeners in 3 words.
Oh man, 3 words?
3 words. As quick as you can.
Dark, inspiring, loud.
Those are good. Those are
Solid.
perfect. Yeah.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling you want your listeners to have while going through the EP?
Certain feeling. I think that's definitely song to song. Obviously with Choose to Live, we want that to be definitely inspiring and like a feeling of overcoming. With In Your Head and Misery, that was kind of us getting like pent up anger out. So we just want those to be like the songs you can listen to either man, that's tough.
It's all good.
It's definitely like a song you can listen to when you are like in a frustrating situation or have gone through a frustrating situation. That's kind of the song you can listen to and like either relate to or we're just gonna stick with that. I can't words today.
It's all good. We
It's
all
fine.
have those days. Yeah. So where do you see the band in the next 5 years?
I don't know. Hopefully just, continuing to make music that we believe in, and anything that comes along with that is just a positive. But I'm going to stick with that, because just going from the history of being in a band, you never know what you're going to be doing next year, honestly.
Yeah,
So
that's
You don't know
fair.
what you're going to be doing tomorrow.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So no matter whether it's 6 months or 5 years or whatever, I just hope like for the rest of the time that this band exists, that we're just making music that we believe in and can make music that connects with people positively and can inspire them or make them feel something that they needed to feel in that moment.
Yeah.
That's good.
So for the last couple of questions, we're actually shift away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So
Love it.
if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Boom again.
Last meal with a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I'm just like this, the stereotypical. I would have a giant slice of pizza from Joe's on 3rd and 16th in New York City.
Mm-hmm.
And I would honestly probably have water to drink. I like water.
Yeah, water's pretty good. Not gonna lie.
Water's underrated.
Honestly, yeah. We don't get it enough.
That is true. That is true.
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Oh man, that's tough. I'm a huge fiction person.
Yeah.
One for a week. Man, I would probably have to live in the Lord of the Rings.
So true. Yep. That's a good one.
That'd probably be scary too, but at the same time, like, I just want to meet Gandalf.
Yeah, maybe just like stay in the Shire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be the best part about Middle Earth for sure, is the Shire.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So I have the honor of asking the last question, and every single person we've spoken to has said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Oh, does black count?
I'll let it count. Glory will not.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for you, black is my favorite color, but since for Glory it doesn't count. I think it might be blue.
That's a very good color. I accept that.
I think it might be. I'm trying to think like what I'm drawn to, because normally like if I have a choice of color, I'm gonna pick black, obviously. Yeah. But
yeah,
if I have to pick a color, usually I'd say it's blue.
Good choice. Great choice.
So as I said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Anything I would like to plug? Well, I'm going to plug our new music that has not been released, but might be released by the time this comes out. I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Yeah, well, so I'm going to plug our new EP that comes out. It either comes out or it came out April 2nd. And if you want to find us on any socials, we're at Ashland Official everywhere. We're pretty active on most of them, but definitely Instagram if you want the most serious and consistent updates. Anywhere else you might get something weird.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt that. Our Twitter's a shit show.
Oh, God.
Well, thank you for sitting out. This has been Aaron from Ashland, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.